Welcome to another episode of Fireside Chat, as we call it, the DAMAC Empower Hour. Today we have two very special guests, Dr. Mohammad Baydoun, the Senior Vice President of Development, and his colleague, Ms. Lara Assi, Senior Director of Development. Welcome.
Hi, Mariam.
Hi, how are you guys today?
Good, thank you.
So we like to start our Fireside Chat before we talk about business, before we talk about strategies and goals and results, is to talk about you. Because as we know, and even post-COVID, is that the best resource that we have in any private sector or any sector are human beings. Yeah? So we'd like to talk about the human behind the title today. So I want to start with Lara, because ladies first.
Of course.
I want you to introduce yourself as Lara Assi, that beyond the title, and tell us something that almost no one knows at DAMAC.
Of course. So I've joined DAMAC, it's been almost 2 years. So it's been 2 years I'm working here with DAMAC. But something that probably everybody knows is that within those 2 years I was pregnant, and now I have a little boy who's about 7 to 8 months. Having this journey along with the DAMAC journey has been quite exciting and challenging. Now, to keep my sanity within juggling these two words, I actually wake up every day around 5 a.m. and I do have my yoga sessions. So my day starts quite early. I know that Mohammad starts maybe earlier. He's part of the 4 a.m. club maybe.
Yes.
But yeah, so I do these yoga sessions every day, and I do some meditation, and that keeps me going.
Amazing. So you're a member of the 5 a.m. club.
5 a.m.
Yeah, that's
not my choice, I would say.
Is it accidentally done this way since you have a newborn baby boy, or was it like a conscientious choice that you decided to wake up early and do your yoga to keep your sanity?
No, it was definitely more of a need, because the more projects you have, the more work and responsibility you have, the less time you have for yourself. So necessarily to try to create time, you have to wake up earlier.
We all know that you're out there. Everybody sees your reels and your TikToks and your videos. And so we know a lot about you. But today I want you to share something that not a lot of people know.
Okay. Obviously, the professional side and the sports side, everyone knows it, right? So I'm not going to skip this part. But I have a very unusual hobby, let's put it that way. I like to design jewelry.
Oh.
Yeah, and I have a huge men's jewelry collection, which is very unusual. So, and very few people know that about me. Actually, the bracelet I'm wearing today is designed by me.
That's amazing. That's so interesting. I really had no clue about that.
Yeah.
And do you have like a platform on social media? So it's just exclusive for friends?
Not even friends. Like, I do it mostly for myself.
Okay.
And for people that are very special to me on the personal level. So if you receive a gift from me, you know that.
So it's for female and male, or is it just tailored to male?
Honestly, I never designed a piece of jewelry for a male. It was always for females.
Okay.
There's a bias.
Exactly. We had no idea that, the fact that he is, you have a doctorate or two. So you have 2 masters, I believe.
Correct.
And a PhD. You are an architect. You're also crazy about fitness. And now we know something new is that you design jewelry.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We all know that under the leadership of Amira Sajwani, we have the development department. But we know very little about what you guys do. So today we want you to give us just an open window on the process of how you develop and you design architecture that is not only beautiful, but also very luxurious. So I guess the first question that I want to pose is, what does the MAC focus on when it comes to creating project design?
We start with the deal table. What our salespeople are going to say to the customer when they sit with him in a meeting room, how they're going to pitch the product. And when we pitch the product, we need to reflect properly the needs and the requirements of the customer. That's why we need to properly understand for each and every launch, for each and every project, who's our customers, what are they looking for, what are their needs. And then we start by building a storyline that reflects these needs and reflects the requirement that he has in his mind. And then we reverse engineer the process. We go backwards to come up with a qualitative vision, not just a quantitative one. What will be the vision of the project? What can be the unique selling proposition? What will be the lifestyle? Then we combine this with the conventional ticket price, size, efficiencies. Those together will formulate the brief that we take it as a basis, as a Bible, for us to drive the development process across the architectural design, the costing, technical implications, the marketing strategy, how we pitch it till the moment we go live and we launch the project.
That's very interesting, and to say the least, I mean, I have so many questions right now. My mind is just going, in circles, because we are almost launching every 2 weeks, if not less, a new project, a new launch. Can you describe the design process for a typical DAMAC luxury design? Because our slogan is "Live the Luxury."
Each project caters for a specific public audience, and we do design with them in mind, and that is what makes our design successful. We don't see ourselves as a factory, far from that. We see our designs bespoke, and actually hand-picking consultants, hand-picking ideas, creating the story and telling the story through our designs is essential to make it work. If it wasn't that, we wouldn't be able to be as prolific, and we wouldn't be able to be as successful as we are. We believe in the designs we do. We spend a lot of time, and we do have very close relationships with our consultants, because we know what we want. We're looking to print what we have in our minds through our architects, our interior designers. So it's a very fun process for us. We love it.
So it's like a playground of creativity, if you want. You're coming, you're playing around with designs, you're trying to be as creative as possible, but that has a price as well, because you also have to balance between luxury and practicality. Can you tell me a little bit on how do you balance that as architects, as designers, as developers?
Well, that's a very, very important question, because we have two major constraints within what we do: time and cost, in addition to quality. Quality, we already addressed it. Every single time we go to the market with a new idea, a new storyline that's custom made to the needs of the customers of that particular project. So that part is covered. But at the same time, remember, we're not a consultancy firm that's looking just for winning awards. We are here to make money, one. Second, the time is of essence for us. If you want to do something creative in a short period of time, that's something like exponentially challenging. I'm going to explain to you why. You mentioned the idea of the factory as a terminology. Usually you apply the factory process in life. When you have an operational process, let's say a product that you keep repeating, let's say toothpaste or anything that's same product that you keep producing over and over and over again. Development by nature is project driven. Every project is unique. And that's why the process for producing a project is way more lengthy. Fine. So how do we crack it to have the factory speed with the creativity of a project? The trick to that is technical knowledge and technical know-how. The whole team is technically knowledgeable about all the engineering disciplines, namely structure, MEP. Although almost all of us are architects, by the way. We're not engineers. But still, we have a thorough understanding of every single requirement. So when we sit on the table with the architect, we know how to challenge him. Because the architects, they will always push back every single time. It doesn't work, doctor. No. It's too crazy. It's too expensive.
So you need to have the know-how and the background enough to challenge their pushback.
Exactly. Not only this, it's not just about challenging. It's about finding solutions.
Absolutely. I think this value of challenges, but also finding solutions or opportunities when you have a challenge is something that we all need to live by. I mean, as one of many DAMAC values at DAMAC Group and DAMAC Properties. We recently launched Canal Crown, which is, for me, it's quite interesting, the crown concept of the title. Can you describe the design inspiration behind Canal Crown? How does it differ from other DAMAC projects?
Let me start with the architecture. The way we designed it, it's wrapping all around as if there is a wave of water standing up in the air, being hit by the wind. And at that moment in time, that project got cemented by sucking out the gravity from the project, because we used as a source of inspiration the stone of the Peridot. That project is GRISOGONO branded, and as we all know, when we say GRISOGONO, it's a new gem for every new launch. And what's special about the Peridot, it's one of the few gems that exists not only on planet Earth, it exists in the space. And that's why the space was one of the sources of inspiration for this project. The crown itself is designed in a way to have one of the most elevated gardens in all of Dubai on top of it, high observatory deck wrapping all around it, exclusive F&B offering inside it only to the residents of the building. But not only that, there is an amenities level, because we all know luxury is all about the lifestyle. So we provided people with a deck that's loaded with space-inspired activities and amenities.
Wow.
The first one, which is my favorite, is semi-sphere water body. You sit inside it. And water, as we all know, is the best mean that can mimic the zero gravity feeling. And astronomers actually get themselves ready for the space trips by training them inside of the water. So you sit inside of the water, you have the greenery wrapping all around you that's being lit by the dust of the Peridot, pots that are wrapping all around the water body that looks like planets. For my resident, once he's gonna sit inside of that water body to feel that he's literally at the center of the universe. That's item number one. Item number two, the pool is huge and loaded with very distinguished activities. Obviously, you know how much I preach and foster working out and being healthy, right?
Yes.
But there is a risk that comes with that, which is the risk of injury. And the best way to work out and avoid risk of injury is to work out inside of the water. That will keep your joints safe. So we have loaded the pool with treadmills and bicycles that can be used underwater. One. Second, we have introduced the first underwater virtual reality experience in all of Dubai. You put the device, take a dive. With the click of the button, you can either experience the wonders of the sea or the astonishing space, because everything is controlled by the virtual reality. I can't keep going on and on what's special about it, but I would like to mention one very, very important thing, and I think that's going to be a game changer, because you asked me what's different about this compared to the other projects of DAMAC. Canal Crown is actually a twin tower. Canal Heights is also a twin tower. And that's gonna form the first quadruple towers experience, not just in Business Bay, in all of Dubai. There is no quadruple towers in all of Dubai. And that's gonna be a game changer, because we are setting a new urban center for Business Bay in that area. And that will be one of the major additions to the series of landmarks of Dubai.
Lara, my question goes to you now, and picking up on what Mohammad said about Canal Crown and how different it is and all these sorts of magic that is happening in the project. What are some of the unique features of Canal Crown? And you know, I understand there's waterfront development brought to life and the GRISOGONO. So, you know, beyond space and beyond underwater, what else are you offering?
Honestly, I think what you always forget to talk about, but that is the main thing, is the apartments. At the end of the day, the apartments that we are designing, these are not your everyday apartment. Every space of that apartment is thought of to be a space where you can live in, grow in, and grow your family in. And I think that's our core product. And we give extra care into designing these apartments. We are not trying to mass produce this product. At the contrary, we do take into very much account, for example, how close we are to the water in this project. So we have given them bigger balconies, because we know that now in Dubai we have 7 to 8 months of super nice weather. Everybody would love to be sitting outside enjoying that extension to their spaces. We're trying to constantly provide simple functional stuff that are part of what we're trying to define as luxury, you know, how to be comfortable and have everything you need to have in your apartment, from extra storage storage, from a super nicely designed kitchen, from lighting that is taken into consideration, whatever you want from night to day, from the smart home, you know, so all of those tiny details that maybe we don't see at first when we are still trying to buy an apartment are actually thought of from day one and are integrated in our design processes.
I have a follow-up question, which is about the architectural inspiration behind DAMAC lagoons, talking about families, talking about communities. And what are some of the amenities that it's offering that is different from other communities around Dubai or even around the world?
When you design a community, the challenge is even bigger because you are defining like a mini city that will impact the lives of thousands of people. The chairman and the Sajwani family bought the land. We had multiple sessions with them to think of how to gonna define the vision. What will gonna be unique selling proposition. In Dubai, you have the golf courses, you have the parks and so forth. What's gonna be special? And we've been through multiple rounds to achieve this. Now, there's a story that was mentioned in one of the lagoons, the early lagoons movies, which is true, by the way. It's 100% accurate. So we brought all the stakeholders involved in that project into one meeting room. And we sat together and we closed our eyes. Then I asked each and every one of them to imagine the destination of his next vacation. They took a few minutes, opened their eyes, they wrote it on a piece of paper, we collected the papers. And then we started listing on a board the destinations without knowing who picked up what. Then we looked at the board and said, well, what's in common between all of those? And what was in common was actually the Mediterranean, because most of the destinations that were picked up were in the Mediterranean. So we said, that's it. We're going to recreate the Mediterranean experience inside of Dubai. Multiple Mediterranean cities connected by the water lagoons. Each one will have a different architectural experience inspired by that city. And not only that, it's going to have its own amenities that will be also inspired by the lifestyle of the city, all interconnected within one big open space that would allow you to have in one day, in one shot, to go through all of it and visit all the Mediterranean cities in one go inside of Dubai.
Incredible. Now, it takes me to my next question, and I would like to address it to Lara. How does it, the interior design matches the vision of the team, of the development team and the architectural team?
That's an easy process. You know, the way we look at our project is a very holistic approach. So we do not look at that we're doing this part only and we will not cater to that part. That's a different team. All of the teams within DAMAC really work under one umbrella. That umbrella is the vision. This vision is cascaded throughout our different teams, whether it's designers, whether it's project managers, whether it's technical. Once everybody has this alignment, this understanding of what we are all trying to achieve together as a vision, it becomes then very easy for every pieces of the puzzle to fall in place.
Really exciting and really inspirational discussion, and I want to applaud you for everything that you do for DAMAC and your customers and the communities, and people are really looking for a unique experience, and this is what we provide at DAMAC. Thank you so much for your passion. Thank you so much for your inspiration, your hard work and dedication, in fact. And thank you for the magic, because this is what we're seeing with every single project, with every single launch, is that there is magic behind it. To our listeners, thank you for being with us at Empower Hour, Fireside Chat by DAMAC. Until next episode, take care.